Chiefs Kingdom, fasten those crimson jerseys, because what I'm about to reveal will rattle the very bedrock of Arrowhead Stadium. Our cherished franchise just delivered a career-shattering blow to a seasoned quarterback, while our own superstar field general reminded the world why he is the heartbeat and lifeblood of this dynasty. And yet, that's not even the most explosive twist. Behind the curtains, a seismic move is brewing, one that could mutate our already lethal offense into a nightmare of epic proportions for every defense in the NFL. I'm talking about a potential acquisition so monumental that executives across the league are drenched in cold sweat, and rival fan bases are praying it never materializes. Smash that like button if you're strapped in for this roller coaster. Drop your bold predictions in the comments. And if you haven't subscribed yet, do it now, because this story is about to erupt. You think you've witnessed dominance? You think you've seen the full arsenal of this team? Think again. Chiefs Kingdom. Our defense just showcased its ability to end careers. Our quarterback just laid his body on the line like a gladiator for his kingdom, and now whispers are swirling of an offensive weapon that could render us utterly unstoppable. But before we dive into that, let's talk about the carnage our defense unleashed, the massacre that has the entire NFL buzzing. The quarterback they face, he's been sent to the bench, possibly for eternity. Who was this fallen Titan? And how did our Red Sea defense dismantle his dreams so completely? Buckle in, Chiefs fans. This ride is about to get insane. The career-ending devastation has a name: Russell Wilson. Once a figure who struck dread into defensive coordinators, Wilson was annihilated by our Kansas City Chiefs defense in a display so merciless, so pulverizing that it may have permanently sealed his fate as a starter. Chiefs Kingdom, what we witnessed was more than a win. It was a declaration. Our defense didn't just defeat Wilson, they terrorized him. For 4 relentless quarters, they transformed the former Seahawks legend into a shadow of himself. Just a week earlier, he had torched a defense for 400 plus yards. Against us, he looked rattled, fractured, and utterly dismantled by the crimson tidal wave crashing down on him. George Karlaftis and our pass rush unleashed nightmares on every snap, forcing Wilson into panic, confusion, and chaos. Our secondary erased Malik Neighbors and the Giants' entire receiving core from existence, leaving Wilson throwing blind, desperate, and reckless. Every collapsing pocket was another nail in the coffin of his career. And now Wilson's benched. Rookie Jackson Dart has the reins in New York. While Wilson may never reclaim an NFL huddle again, Broncos, Steelers, Seahawks, Giants, one by one, franchises abandoned him, and it was our defense that delivered the final fatal strike. Now we march into a colossal Week 4 clash with Lamar Jackson and the Ravens, armed with the confidence of a defense that has tasted blood and is ravenous for more. This wasn't just a victory, this was a warning flare across the AFC skies. Our defense is coming and no quarterback is safe. But Chiefs Kingdom, as earth-shaking as that is, it wasn't even the most spine-tingling moment of the night, because our own Warrior King quarterback reminded the world why he isn't just a player, he's a phenomenon. Patrick Mahomes, the heart of a champion, the leader who would smash through walls for this kingdom. He reminded us all that he's not just our quarterback, he's our Warrior King. Flashback to MetLife Stadium, less than 2 minutes in the first half, score knotted at 6-6. Mahomes flicks a quick screen to Isaiah Pacheco, but the ball skips loose, bouncing dangerously. Giants defender Bobby Okereke lunges in for the recovery. Any other quarterback might have stood frozen, not Mahomes. Our MVP morphed into a linebacker, sprinting across the field to deliver a tackle that saved a catastrophic turnover, not just any tackle. A highlight reel, big-time hit, as Mahomes himself later called it. Imagine it, our golden arm magician, the man built to throw touchdowns, throwing his body like a missile to save his team. That's not just football, that's sacrifice, that's heart. That's the essence of why Mahomes is different. Franchise cornerstone, sacrificing his own body to deliver a defensive stop that could have rewritten the entire outcome of the game. This is the same warrior who's already pacing our team and rushing yards through 3 weeks because he'll do whatever it takes to secure victory. I'll admit it was a pretty great tackle by me. Mahomes said with that trademark swagger we all adore, that was a big time stop. I'm not going to try that again, but hey, from now on, we'll keep throwing it forward. The blend of humility and confidence. That's our quarterback, Chiefs Kingdom. But here's what makes it even more extraordinary. Mahomes never pointed a finger at Pacheco for the fumble. Instead, he absorbed the blame. And yeah, I can't throw the ball backwards, he confessed. Now, that's on me. That's not good. This is leadership in its purest form. Our quarterback, who's already hauling this franchise on his shoulders, now throwing himself into tackles to salvage possessions and shouldering responsibility for miscues that weren't even entirely his fault. Coach Andy Reid captured it perfectly. That's just how he rolls. He's going 100 miles an hour. The guys know he's all in. He's not just tossing the ball back there. He's willing to do whatever it takes to come out on top. That's why this locker room is unbreakable. Why this culture is championship caliber. That fumble recovery didn't just prevent the Giants from prime field position in a tied game. It gave us the momentum to march down, take the lead, and never relinquish it. One Mahomes tackle literally altered the trajectory of the entire contest. But Chiefs Kingdom, while we celebrate Mahomes' warrior spirit and a defense built to end careers, there's something seismic stirring in the background, something that could elevate this already remarkable season into the realm of legendary. Are you ready for news that could send shockwaves across the NFL? Chiefs Kingdom, brace yourselves, because our offense might soon transform from dangerous to absolutely uncontainable. While other franchises scramble for reliable playmakers, we're on the cusp of adding a wide receiver that would haunt every defensive coordinator's nightmares for years to come. Calvin Ridley, the former Alabama standout, a proven 1,000-yard weapon, could soon be donning red and gold. The Tennessee Titans, winless at 0-3, are exploring a move. And guess who's positioned at the top of the potential landing spots? That's right, us. Picture this arsenal. Xavier Worthy's blistering speed that already has defenses gasping. Rashee Rice's clutch reliability when healthy. Tyquan Thornton's rapidly ascending presence. And now potentially Calvin Ridley's veteran savvy and precision route running. That wouldn't just be a receiving core, it would be a four-headed monster no defense in football could contain. The Titans can't justify holding Ridley hostage on a rebuilding roster with rookie quarterback Cam Ward still finding his footing. And we cannot afford to miss out on an offensive weapon that could complete this masterpiece. With Mahomes at the helm and this receiving cavalry, we wouldn't just be contenders, we'd be inevitable. Champions marching toward another Lombardi trophy. Think about it. Teams are already terrified of what Mahomes does with limited firepower. Now imagine him paired with Ridley's 1,000-yard production, Worthy's jet-fueled speed, Rice's clutch hands, and Thornton's emerging star power. Every defensive coordinator in the league would need therapy just trying to design a game plan. This isn't just adding another player, it's inserting the final piece of the championship puzzle. We already have the defense that ends careers. We already have the quarterback who makes miracle tackles. And with this move, we'd have the receiving core that sends the entire AFC trembling. This could be the decision that takes a great season and etches it into history as a legendary one. Chiefs Kingdom, smash that like button if you want to see Calvin Ridley in red and gold. Drop a comment with your thoughts on this monumental move. And don't forget to subscribe, because if this trade becomes reality, you'll want every insider detail of this championship march. The dynasty isn't just alive, it's evolving, it's inevitable. What's up, Chiefs Kingdom? Strap in, because what I'm about to drop will rattle you to your core. The last few weeks have been a whirlwind of chaos that nobody in Kansas City saw coming. I'm talking about events that could completely shatter everything we thought we knew about our beloved team. We're talking about our superstar tight end facing personal security threats so severe that police were rushing to his home in the dead of night. We're talking about coaching decisions so risky they could make or break our season before October even arrives. And we're talking about sideline fireworks between legends so heated that lip readers across America have been dissecting every single word. Chiefs. Kingdom, smash that like button right now, because what you're about to learn will have you calling every fan you know. Drop a comment if you're ready for this ride, and don't forget to subscribe, because this saga has more twists than a Patrick Mahomes no-look pass. But here's the bombshell. One of our most decorated veterans just clashed in the most volatile confrontation we've seen since Super Bowl 58. And the ultimatum coach Andy Reid reportedly laid down, jaw-dropping, the words exchanged. Unbelievable. Are you ready to find out which superstar nearly faced the ultimate threat from Andy himself? Chiefs Kingdom, it's time to lift the curtain on the truth surrounding Travis Kelce and the absolute storm engulfing our future Hall of Fame tight end. Just hours after that gut-wrenching 20-7 loss to the Philadelphia Eagles on September 14th, you know, the game where Kelce dropped the pivotal pass that ricocheted into the hands of safety Andrew Mukuba for a devastating 41-yard pick six, our superstar's nightmare was only beginning. At 1:15 a.m., while still processing that brutal defeat at Arrowhead, police cruisers were racing into his gated community in Leawood. Why? Because someone had breached his neighborhood security. Justin Lee Fisher, a former cop turned private investigator, was caught red-handed attempting to serve Taylor Swift with deposition papers at Kelce's front door. This wasn't some random intruder. This was calculated. Fisher knew exactly where to find Kelce when he was most vulnerable. The Leawood police arrested him on trespassing charges, and he only walked free after posting bond. Imagine the mental pressure Kelce faced. First, the drop that haunted Chiefs fans for days, then strangers invading his private sanctuary in the dead of night. That's the type of weight that would crush most players. But this is Travis Kelce. The timing couldn't have been more brutal. Still reeling from that interception where Mahomes admitted he fired just a split second too early, trying to hit Kelce's body before the defender arrived. Our tight end was now under siege off the field. One play that might have flipped the momentum of the game became compounded by off-field chaos. Add in a stranger dragging Taylor Swift into legal drama. That's an avalanche of pressure. But Chiefs Kingdom, if you thought Kelce's nightmare was the end of the turmoil, think again. Because while he was fighting off security scares, another crisis was brewing in the trenches that could detonate our entire offensive strategy. We're talking about Jawaan Taylor, our right tackle, and right now the most exasperating player to watch in red and gold. Since 2023, Taylor has been flagged more than any player in the entire NFL. 50 penalties in under 2 seasons, 7 flags already in just the first 3 games of this year. 7. Once again, he's leading the league in infractions. And here's the kicker. When Taylor's locked in, he's a fortress. Analytics show he's elite in one-on-one pass protection. But just when Mahomes needs him most, Taylor commits the most back-breaking penalties imaginable. False starts on potential game-winning drives, holding calls that kill momentum, illegal formations in crunch time. Chiefs Kingdom, it's like clockwork. Every time we're on the verge of seizing control, Jawaan Taylor finds a way to shoot us in the foot. Thank you guys. See you next video.